And this one says, bad boys don't live happily ever after. Like, what you mean by that? Now she lives forever, she can't sleep. I thought Palini was a freaking brick, but these two are real bricks. Hey honeybees, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be another book haul yet again. I know this is already the second one in a year. The last one you saw that was in January, and this one is in February, but this one is going to be a little bit more special because this one is my birthday book haul, so it is a little bit different from the last one. These are just all the books I'm going to show you that I got around my birthday or after my birthday or on my birthday. So these are just all of those books combined, and yeah, we're just going to go ahead and get right into it. If you are subscribed to my main channel, you probably know about a couple of these books because I share them with you guys on there, but if you're not following that channel, you won't know anything. But if you would like to, go ahead and subscribe to that because it is linked down below all the time, every time. So the first book that you probably already heard about is The Gravity of Us. This is by Phil Stamper, and basically this is about Cal and Leon. Cal's father is a astronaut like captain, and then Leon's mom is a astronaut. So basically they meet in Texas because this is where their base is, and this is where they'll be flying out from, I'm assuming. I don't really know, but the both of them fall in love with each other, and they suspect that things are happening and being kept from the family, like secrets are being kept from them. So basically they're gonna try to figure it out together, but they end up falling in love within that. So I'm super excited because this is like very different. It is a boys love, so you know, gay. I am super excited for this, and yeah, we're gonna see where this goes. I'm like really excited. This is a YA fiction, I think. Yeah, it's a YA fiction. Anyway, it's super exciting, and this seemed really exciting. I'm gonna love this book, I'm sure of it. So got this first one on the list. The next one on here is going to be super exciting because it's a mystery, and I love mysteries. Those are like one of my favorite dramas. Between like romance and mystery, like they're some of my favorite ones that I love reading. And this one is The Goldfinch by Donna Tartt. I'm super excited to read this one. This is about Theo Decker, a 13-year-old New Yorker who survives an accident that he got into, but his mother passes away. His father abandons him, and he moves in with the Park Avenue family, and basically he lives there. He is still mourning, and he clings to the people that remind him of his mother. And basically as Theo gets older, he's into antiques and drawings of the rich and all of that good stuff, and he finds this painting, which I'm assuming is the Goldfinch, and basically he is drawn to it, and it's kind of dangerous, I guess. I don't really know, but I'm super excited because we love mystery, and this is good stuff. Hoping I enjoy it a lot. But I've heard a lot of good things about Donna Tartt. I've heard a lot of good things about this book. I've also heard a lot of good things about The Secret History, and I've heard a lot of good things about her as an author, period. So I'm super excited. So I decided to get this other one because these were the two that I heard a lot about, and I heard like a lot of good things about the both of them, so I got this one too. But the next one on here is also a bit of a mystery. This is Opal and 𝚟𝚑 by Dawnie Walton. I'm super excited for this one. This is by a black author. I'm super excited. I don't honestly read enough black authors, and I felt like I needed to start getting more into them because I am black and I don't read them, so I need to get more into them, and I'm super excited to read this one. I'm not gonna read it this month. I'll probably read it like next month because it's Women's History Month, so I'll probably read it then. But this one is about Opal, who is a fiercely independent young woman, and she is basically a punk black artist. Like, what? Have you ever heard of that? In the early 70s in New York City. So basically she gets an offer by Neville Charles, who discovers her at a bar, and they collaborate together and join a band, and then they join this company, and under their company this new band comes in and they wave the Confederate flag at their concert, which raises controversy. And then years later, well, decades later, as 𝚟𝚘𝚘𝚘 sees the chance to create an oral history about her idols. Basically she discovers some things that may or may not lead her into danger. Ooh, exciting. It's giving a girl to murder. I don't know, like where she like finds something that she's not supposed to find, or it's giving the Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo kind of story. So between the both of those, I was like interested, so I decided to pick it up, and hopefully I enjoy it because those two very much intrigued me because they were mysteries about idols or about somebody, and then they get into danger trying to find stuff. So this is kind of surrounded almost like that, so I'm super excited. And yeah, this one's about a music artist, and then the other one was about a actress, and then the other one was about a girl who just lived in a town. So I'm just excited to read this. This next one is super interesting, and I'm super excited for it. This one is called Feminism by Mikki Kendall, and basically this one is about how feminism is different for white people and different for black people. Some of us struggle for the feminism and some of us don't, and it's sometimes a privilege for others, which we already know where the privilege is coming from, color of our skin. So basically this is about how like hood feminism works and how it is also a survival for a lot of us when it comes to a living wage, education, education, safe neighborhoods, and all of that good stuff. And like, I'm super excited for it because this is just so different. I think it's very much a struggle that a lot of us don't talk about. And in the mainstream, it's not talked about enough how hard it is for people of color. It's really hard for us because we go through a different type of struggle than the people who are white, because they still have more privilege, and then we're looked at like differently. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But if you understand, you already know. But I'm super excited to read this, and we love feminism. I was literally just talking about this the other day with somebody. No, one of my friends, Terrence. I was talking to him about this the other day, and he was talking about how like Taylor Swift is like the basic feminism for just white girls. And I kind of got silenced. I was like, you're right. He was kind of right. I just didn't want to say that. You know, I don't really like telling people they're right. Anyways, he was talking about it, and honestly, I think it's time for me to learn a little bit more about how feminism works. So yeah, here we are with this book, Hood Feminism. Super excited to read this. This one right here, I'm super excited for because it's the last book in the series, and I have been waiting for this book. It took a week and a half for this baby to get here. If you know, you know. I've talked about the first 2 books, and I finished the last book last month. Can you guess? Things We Left Behind by Lucy Score. This is the 3rd and last book in the Knockmouth series, and I'm super excited. This one is about Lucian and Sloane. Don't even get me started, because the way I am so excited for this book, so excited. I've been loving this series forever. Like, I read Things We Never Got Over, fell in love. Things We Hide from the Light, also fell in love. So I'm super excited to fall in love with this one too. This one is also about 600 pages. I think this one is the longest one in the series, if I'm remembering correctly. I think this one has 580 something pages. 580 some pages in this one. I think the last one had only 570 something. So this one is the longest one in the series. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. But anyways, I'm super excited for this one because Lucian and Sloane's story has been the one that has been waited for the longest, and I've been waiting for this book the longest because I've been super excited for this one. And Things We Hide from the Light, we got a lot of little snippets about them. So like, we got even more than we did in the first book. So like, I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to read that story. And this is basically, and this one says bad boys don't live happily ever after. Like, what you mean by that? Anyways, I'm super excited because they have like a love-hate relationship, and I think it's because like Lucian left her when they were like younger. They were together when they were younger. Lucian left, and then like now he's here and he's back, and he wants to kind of get back together with Sloane. I'm not sure. I think this is a single mother trope. Yes, she is a single mother, I think. Yes, single mother trope. And then there's enemies to lovers in here, which I'm super excited for. I love enemies to lovers. It's one of my favorite tropes, and yeah, super excited. And Lucian and Sloane, I'm hoping this is my favorite couple of the series right now, Naomi and Nox are. Okay, so these next 2 books are actually the same book but written differently. So like, one's by the original author, and then the other one written by the original author but put in a different format. And basically this is about Opal Yozo's attempts to reconcile himself to the world around him being in early childhood. Basically he's like disconnected from like human sentiment and emotions and can't understand other humans. And so throughout elementary school to high school, he can't like reconcile with the fact that he's not, you know, sentimental to people, and he hides behind this mask of like, you know, a normal person and tries to hide his alienation. I don't really understand. It's kind of hard to understand, but hopefully when I read it I'll understand a little bit more. But what I mean by I have the same book in a different format, I have the other version of this, and this is by Junji Ito, and this is No Longer Human as well, but it's in this other version, and it's like a comic book. Basically they're the same thing but in different versions. So this one is the original book, and then this one's in comic version. So like, everything that is being said in here is going to be put in a different style in here. I couldn't even tell you. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm super excited though. And yes, the original novel is by this author, but this author decided to, you know, write it in a different format. It's very hard to explain. So basically this one is the original format, and then this one's a comic. It's very hard to explain it to you because I'm confused about it. So if you have an even better explanation, please leave it down in the comments so that way I can understand when I read both of these, because I'm a little confused. These next 2 books are part of a series by an author that has been critically acclaimed by everybody I know. Okay, this book has been talked about so much. The series has been talked about so much. It's like ingrained in my brain. I could tell what this is going to be about by just looking at the covers, because at this point I've heard about it so much. You want to know? I think you already know. This is Crescent City by J Maas. And I got the first 2 books in the series. The 3rd book is actually out right now, but it's only in hardcover, so I'm not going to get into like the paperback version. I kid you not, these 2 books have been talked about the most on my For You page, and I don't know what it is. Maybe they just really want me to read it, or maybe it's just that popular. But this is Crescent City by J Maas. This is the first one, and then this one is A House of Sky and Breath. All I know is that this series right here has been talked about the most, and I may not know that much what it's talked about, but all I know is it's a fantasy, a romance, kingdoms, all that good stuff. And honestly, to be honest with you, when I read the synopsis, I was super excited, so I got both. This one has been a favorite of everybody I've heard from so far. Everybody said this was a good base, but everybody said they loved this one. I don't know, we're gonna find out together. So basically, this one is House of Earth and Blood, and the other one is House of Sky and Breath. And I think this one is pretty cool. Like, honestly, I love this cover. I love this cover a lot. I love both of the covers, don't get me wrong, but I love this one. Anyways, though the covers are pretty, the synopses are even better, because this one is about Bryce Quaylen. She's half fae and half human. She spends most of her nights partying and stuff like that, but after a tragic accident in her city, Crescent City, her whole world comes crashing down. But she tries to put her past behind her by going out every night, and then once again the murderer attacks. So basically she knows she can't hide any longer, and basically she meets Hunt Athalar, who's assigned to watch over her every footstep. And once they meet, they start going through adventures together and they fall in love. And then this one is the continuum of their story, and I'm just super excited for this because I just have heard so many things about this one because it's the continuum of it. And after so much silence, I guess that won't stay for long because they have to go back out to fight for what's right or stay silent. I don't know about you guys, but that sounds super thrilling to me. So I'm super excited to read the both of these. I thought ᴚ𝚘 was a freaking brick, but these two are real bricks because these books are about almost 1,000 pages long. This one's about 800, and then this one 800, exactly 801, 802 pages. So this one's 700 and something, this one's 800 or something, but I cannot believe how big these books are. But I grabbed them because I heard so many good things about them, so here they are on my bookshelf, and hopefully I read them. This next one is also a series, and at this point I'm sure you can tell I really love series, but this one is the Aristotle and Dante collection. Oh my god, y'all, this is so cute. I'll take them out to show you what they look like. These two I'm very much excited for. The way they are just light. How am I just I know that's exciting. Anyways, these have been talked about a lot as well, but it was back when like book talk first started when I heard a lot of stuff about this. I don't hear about it that much anymore, but these have been on my TBR forever, and I mean forever. So I finally got them, and I literally every time I walked into the store I was like, I'm gonna get them, I'm gonna come back and get them. And literally the day before my birthday I just got them. So this is Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe, and Aristotle and Dante dive into the water of the world, or the waters of the world. Anyways, I'm super excited to read the both of them. This is a story about the both of them. The reason I'm so excited to read the both of these is because this is basically in the 80s. So they fall in love in the 80s. This is a gay relationship in the 80s. Imagine. If you know, you know, but gay men were definitely not accepted back then, and it was definitely not okay, and they got locked up, killed, and all that good stuff just for loving each other, and it was horrible. But anyways, this is basically them in the 80s, and they fall in love, and they have to go through the triumphs and stuff like that they have to go through, keep their love and relationship going in a world that seems to reject everything that they stand for. So I'm super excited, and I can just tell I'm gonna love both of these. So the author is Benjamin Alire Sáenz. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right at all. I can't even tell you if I did. You know how many times I mess up authors' names like all the time? You already know this is a constant streak of me not being able to pronounce anything. You can tell how bad at English I am, even though it's my first language. This girl says to tell me. It wasn't me. But anyways, I'm super excited for the both of them, and yeah. Don't worry guys, this one is not as huge as the other book haul. Almost about the same price, but not as big as the other book haul because I had to calm myself down a little bit. But anyway, there's only 2 more books left. The next one is Reclaiming Conversation, the Power of Talk in the Digital Age. Basically, this is reclaiming how conversations have like stranded away from, you know, our normal everyday life. Like we stopped communicating with each other in a real life manner, and now we're on social media all the time, and it's kind of being a fake-aid to how we represent each other. And it's kind of become a fake-aid to the way we conversate with each other every single day. Oh, I didn't even tell y'all the author, Turkle. Anyways, I was saying this book is about how we can reclaim conversations face to face instead of just doing it the way we are doing it now, which is texting, FaceTiming, and all that good stuff, instead of letters and actually talking to each other. And even when we're talking to each other, we're on on our phones, and that's really a big problem in our world today. This is what this book is about. I'm super excited, and yay. Last but not least, I saved the best for last because this one is super exciting, and this is almost like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. If you read that book, you already know where I'm going with this. This is Foul Lady Fortune by Chloe Gong, and y'all, this is about a girl who lives forever. She can't age, she can't sleep. Anyways, this is about so basically this is about Rosalind Long, and this is in Shanghai in 1931, which is a very interesting year to pick. But anyways, this is basically how she is saved from the brink of death, and the experiment that saved her life. Now she lives forever, she can't sleep, and she literally cannot age. So this new life that she has, she uses it to like hide what happened in her past, and like that is very interesting, and she basically lives forever. And in this one, it's not the same as Addie LaRue in the sense that she made a deal with the devil. This one is in the sense that she had an experiment done on her, and now she has to live forever. It is very much different, but she still has that same plot of living forever, and I just love these kind of things. I don't know what it is about these live forever kind of books. It always like pique my interest the most. So super excited about this one, and it's also set in China. I'm already taking Chinese. Why not learn a little bit more about China in 1931? If this is even like a little bit like that, but this is 1931, and it is also a fantasy fiction. So is this really gonna be like Shanghai? No. But will I learn a little bit about Chinese culture? Yes, but we'll find out together, you know, when I read it. So these are all of the books that I got for my birthday, around my birthday, or before my birthday, or after my birthday book haul. So these are all of the books. There's 13 books in total, which doesn't seem like a lot. Anyways, we're excited to read all of these. They're very different. Every genre is a little bit different. There's mostly mystery books in here. Like if I was to look at a genre that was the most out of here, it's basically mystery, and the second is romance, and those are my two favorite genres of any kind of book. And I just feel that I'm gonna love every single one of these books because they're all like in my interest, and these are kind of the books I lean towards. But we already know that'll come whenever I tell you guys about it, and you will know when I'm gonna read them and what I think about them eventually at some point within the next few years. Anyways, that is the end of this birthday book haul. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I post a new video. Remember to be true and be you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Mwah.